3, 2, 1, azione!
Hello and welcome back to the explanations of presenting and staging your show. We start now with the effect with your name, okay? So, I'm Louis Magic. I built this small device which opens like this, and here is Louis Magic Show. How is it done? It's a simple, you see, down here it's a kind of a tape, and you close the letters this way, and two things, because I want to put this strip on this rod, okay? So this is magnetic, and I've got two magnets here, one here on the back of the first letter and one at the end. You see the magnets here, but it's not all. I put a kind of nail. To see it, you must come very close. You see a nail coming here and a kind of a nail. It's a kind of a needle. So when you take this in your fingers, okay, all the parts will rotate here and they open in an only with the weight, okay? So you have the magnets and you can put it on the rod, okay? So your name is here. Just two words about the rod. It has been all bought in Brico Center, and it's composed from a rod which ends with a kind of foot. You see the square one here, and then we have two weights for gym here and here, and the base of the rod comes down here, and with the weight it stands up, okay? It's not going to fall. Okay, so this is the first use of our art name, okay? You can leave it during your show and everybody knows who is performing, of course. Then now I want to talk to you about methods to have your name hidden on the body, on your clothes, and showing them when you prefer. The first one, a simple one, is this belt, where you see the central part here has been composed by the letters of my name, you see? I bought it, okay? You can find, I think you can still find this kind of. So, if you have a necktie, you just make like this and you will show your name here. If you are with no necktie, you have the name always in view, okay? And then the second method is with the necktie itself, which isn't so normal, because when you show the back, you have your name on it. It's quite surprising, and people will remember this kind of presentation of the name. Now, this is all for this necktie. A third way to show your name, because maybe you can't remember your name. I can't remember your name. Oh, my name is, oh yes, it's Louis. Yes, it's Louis. Okay, it's the third way. And the fourth way is this one. You have your name down here. Okay, this is very simple to build. I mean, you just with some cardboard material, you write your name, and then you have this simple two bracelets. Okay, so you can wear it, and then you hide it under your jacket or under your skirt, as in this case. When you prefer, you've got your name here. Okay, this is quite surprising for the audience. It will be surprising. Then, I will remember you there are some card tricks which end with a name. And now I want to show you two examples, very easy. The first one is a 3-card monte, where you can have blank cards with your name on it. The second example is a very commercial and important trick. I discovered this, it was from Duffy and Fieldstein. Anyway, black field deck. It's a trick where you make a person see a card and then you say a name. I think your card is Emanuele. And then you show every card of the deck has a name on the back, a different name. And the card the person saw is Emanuele. This is a very, very strong effect, very familiar to all magicians. Anyway, it's very nice to have the ending of this game, the coincidence of the card, the chosen card, with your name, your art name. It changes the effect, and people will remember your name forever. And then another example, a more sophisticated one, I think. There were some firms, okay, in the past. This is an example of 10 years ago, more or less. This firm was printing customized decks. So having a deck customized on the back with your art name, I think it's the maximum, because when you perform with your cards. And think about that, great artists make this. Okay, so that's all for what concerns the name. And now, how can we present our show? We have the name, we need a presentation. I give you an example of my presentation I use, and it is a dossier. You see, dossier, it opens in 2-3 parts, and here in the middle you have the text of your presentation. Now, let's remember, your presentation must give you 3 important things. First of all, it must give an idea of what you are going to do, just an idea of your art. Then it must give you, say your name, your art name very clearly, and then it must make your audience applaud. Okay, these are the 3 important things. So when I perform, I see if there is a person in the room, in the restaurant, in the nightclub, wherever I'm performing, an important person, let's say the chief, a well-known person. I call him before the show and I make him read the presentation, the text. The text here is very simple, written in bold letters to be read well, with or without glasses, and it's very simple to read. So nobody told me, oh no, I'm not able to read. No, they are 4 lines, 5 lines, and everyone is very happy to be the person presenting you. So at the beginning of the show, before the beginning of the show, I give all these to the person. The person keeps it. When it is time to show, he will come out and he will read. Okay? in this way I had no troubles anymore with presentations, because people can't, oh, what is he doing, a magician, what's a magician, I don't know what to say. No, it's all very clear, it's all very clear. So I want to read now 4 examples of presentation of this text for different magic shows. So in general, you already read it, ladies and gents. The artist will show us some of all magical arts. So keep your eyes wide open and welcome with a great applause Louis Magic. For a theater, small, big theater. Ladies and gents, tonight we will meet an artist who will show you the art, Ladies and gents, tonight we will meet an artist who will show us the art of manipulation, where his hands' skill will create magical effects. A great applause for Louis Magic. And it was for theater. Now we see 4 coins, an example for coins. Then you will write yours or you will copy this, okay? An artist working with coins. Ladies and gents, tonight we will meet an artist who has studied with the greatest financial experts. We are not just talking about magic and illusion, but richness. A great applause for Louis Magic. And then we see a last one for mental magic, okay? For a mental magic show. Ladies and gents, tonight we have the chance to see an incredible exhibition of mental magic. Let's welcome with a great applause the demonstration of Louis Magic. So, I suggest you can use this method and text of presentation. Your show will rise up a lot in professionality. Okay? Now, what we have to talk, sometimes in a more cabaret situation, I used to, after this presentation you just saw, I used to add something else, something a little bit strange like this. I came out after Louis Magic and I said, oh yes, thank you for the applause, but I'm not a magician, I'm sorry, I'm just the person who has to present him, and I'm in troubles because I don't know how to present. I wrote my presentation down, yes, like this. Ladies and gentlemen, with great joy, I present you a magical artist, Louis. Oh, well, but it's me. Oh yes, of course. Okay, thank you. And you can... Okay, now I show this to you in English, okay? Because it's the text... I forgot it, pardon. Okay, now I show you how this text is composed in a A4 format, okay? The normal format. And you have to apply it this way, and then this way, and then this way, and you are ready. Okay? So, we see it again. Of course, on the other side, you must put your name. So we are like this. You must put your name and your face. Very big. Okay? Your art name and your face. So, when the presenter reads the dossier, the presentation, and you come out and say, oh, excuse me, I'm not the presenter. No, I'm not a magician. I'm just a person who has to present him. But I'm not able to present, and so I wrote it down what to say. Okay, I wrote it down. So so, ladies and gentlemen, with great joy, I present you a magical artist. You can read it because you are saying you are reading this, and then when you open, you will have your art name and your face. Here, down here, but it's a little, it's dangerous. I have the word applause. Okay. You see all plié. And when you open, you can have it, but it's not necessary, this one, okay? It's, I think, a little bit, it's not necessary. But if you are able, if you are able to open your presentation and you have this hidden by your fingers, then you will give this applause signal, okay? It's a little bit hard, but it's the self-presentation. Now, I think we could, we said everything about presentation, the way to present, I hope innovative anyway, and we will talk about the staging, because we want to see from a table like this. Okay, we can leave the name here, but anyway, the table is really without nothing. I want to show you a good way to stage this table. First of all, for micro magic, you know that when a person is seated in front of a table, he can't see very well what you are doing on the table, because a question of perspective. You are down as the table, so you are not so clear. So I found these two, they are for flowers, you see, very strong, and we are going to put them under the legs, the back legs of the table. One, you have to put it well, and two, okay. And from the front now, your table is not horizontal, but has an angulation. So the objects, cards, coins in particular, will be very well seen from your audience, okay? This is an extreme declination. You can have a smaller one, okay? In just 2 seconds, we changed the perspective of the show. Then I use this kind of cloth to cover the table, okay? This is a big table for the show, but anyway, big, no big, you will apply this kind of table, of cloth. This cloth is a cloth for women, okay? For night dresses. You see? Black from one side, silver from the other. It's very, I think it's very elegant. Smart.
Shiny as well.
And shiny, yes, it should focus the attention. Now you see you have just something a little bit more magical, okay? And these things are all things you can do in 5 minutes before your show, no more. Then we have, of course, we will have our mat, okay? And here I show you a traditional mat for magicians with symbols. So your show is your table is a lot more different than from the beginning, I think. Okay. Now, talking about mats, I want to show the last thing of this demo, because this is a traditional mat for magic, but I think you can have different shapes, of your mat. To give you an example, you can have a round mat with interesting design. You see all this circle to the center. In itself, this mat is a kind of show, a kind of theater. Or maybe a more happy one, a more with all these dots where you can perform your magic. These mats are mats in use for PC mat. So look well in the shops for PC furnitures and things like that. You will find something nice which goes out of the big shape of the classical Micromagic mat. These mats are easily carryable, of course, but now I'll show you the most carryable mat in the world. What I used, and it's this material, it's a kind of feltrum, okay? I've got here 4 of them because I can use this with card magic so easily. I give you some examples, especially because when you are in restaurants, it's no good you make this on the cloth in restaurants where people are
On their table.
on the tablecloth where people are dining, eating. It's not good to take your things, but you can, in a part of the cloth, you can have one of these, and it's your magic point, you see? Or you can have 4 if you have effects which include cards, let's say, going together and all this kind of magic where you can have 4 points of magic. And another simple, nice thing is that you can make this all in a row, you see, and you can use it to make a spread. So you have your portable, I mean, these small mats, you can keep them in your pocket and you are ready for Carto Magic anywhere, I think. So that was the last idea. I hope you enjoyed this video and all the ideas in it. We were not talking about tricks, but of something I think more valuable. Have a nice night and good luck for your show, so well presented and staged. Bye.